I think a lot of people recognize that white supremacy is bad and is a lie, but they don't understand what exactly white supremacy is. So I came up with just a few points, kind of explaining how white supremacy works and how it instructs our thinking and it shapes our worldview and in ways that we don't even realize. And that's why it's such a sinister thing. It is the waters you swim in. Like, it is not something I think people fall into intentionally. We are all a product of our environment. So if you grow up in an environment where white supremacy is the norm, you won't even know that that is what it is. So I'm going to break that down. So the first caveat of white supremacy is that it dismisses history. Ignoring the history of racism is not the solution to it. You cannot transcend something you don't understand. Those that don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. So, oh, such a long time ago. Oh, I make everything about race. Oh, like, we're so beyond that. And it's like, if you don't understand what happened, like, you will not overcome it, right? That's why even in the Bible it says, do not be ignorant of the schemes of Satan. Like, do not be ignorant of his devices, because you have to understand what sin looks like to make sure that you do not fall into it, right? Another point of white supremacy is the desire to be comfortable. You are not owed comfort. If this goes back to ignoring history, well, I want to be comfortable. Well, this topic makes me uncomfortable, or shutting down when certain things are brought up because it makes you uncomfortable, or it makes you question yourself or look within yourself, and you don't want to do that because it's like, I don't like it. I don't feel like actually talking about this right now. And it's like, I get it. You know, another thing I don't feel like doing, experiencing those things. It's especially disrespectful because it's like, yeah, you don't want to talk about the thing, I get it, but like, I don't want to experience the thing. Okay, buddy, let's both be uncomfortable now. And this is something I'm still trying to work on doing, and it's just making other people uncomfortable in public, because somebody will say or do something that makes me genuinely so uncomfortable, and then I try to protect their comfort, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can blow up this entire building. Like, it's like when a man says like an inappropriate kind of like comment, or like touches you in like a weird way, and I think, I don't know, for so many of us, you want to just kind of be like, and like shyly and like conspicuously like move away from the situation, but it's like, you're actually protecting him. Why don't you just blow up the whole place? Like, why did you say that? Everybody, come listen. He just touched me in a strange way, and I didn't like that. But it's also like the benefit of the doubt is another like protection. But sometimes things are intentional, and you gotta just blow up a building. Another thing about white supremacy. A lot of people believe this, and they don't even realize that they do. But again, you were educated in a certain way. But white culture is not better than others. I've actually heard some people say this, that like some cultures are better than others. And I think this is extremely ignorant. And I think especially when you travel and you realize that like, this is just the nature of reality, that people just do things differently in different places, even home to home. Like, one house in your city is going to operate in a different way than another house, right? One person's relationship is going to look different from your relationship. One person's city is going to be designed a different way than your city. And it's not always right and wrong, it's just different. But white culture always, or white supremacy always asserts that their way is the best way and every other way isn't, and it's just not objective. You know, I do believe in right and wrong, I do believe in better and worse, but white supremacy always assumes that their way is better, and when presented with a different way, it always dismisses it, shuts it down, ignores it, reclaims it, rediscovers it, and like makes it something of their own. Like, oh guys, I discovered this thing, and then absorbs it into whiteness and takes credit for the thing, even though it's like, you did not invent that. But again, because it believes that whiteness is always better, it will take something that's already existed and then claim it as its own, to therefore like uphold that belief that like, oh, we discovered this thing, but it's like, you literally didn't. Another thing that does is it's like renaming other cultures' things to erase their origins of the thing. So recently it's been happening on TikTok where it's like, oh hey guys, I made a summer roll. It's a spring roll. You know what I mean? Like, why are you acting like you just made up summer rolls? Or, oh, Kim Kardashian boxer braids. Like, what? Those are cornrows. We've been done that. But it's like ascribing credit for something you didn't do, and it's stealing. It's intellectual property, and it's steal. Justifying murder doesn't make it just. That's why I do love like the Bible, and I feel like so many people like conflate these things, and they think white supremacy and Christianity are like one and the same. They're not. I also just love that God is no respecter of persons. So you can create a system in a world in which your sins are no longer sin, but in God's eyes, I do believe that there's still sin, and God will judge you for the things that you do. So that's something that gives me peace. But at the same time, it's like, you can actually be deceived though, right? To think that something isn't bad because you've created a culture that justifies your sin, right? And this happens both ways. I think so much of our culture can justify sin, and that's something that we really have to be careful about, because again, culture is the water we swim in, and you don't even realize these things. So this is not all of this is specifically white people that do it. Anyone can do these things. But okay, next thing is elevating the white beauty standard is a disrespectful to God's creation. So the white beauty standard that kind of asserts that like slim bodies are more beautiful, that straight noses are beautiful, that blue eyes are beautiful, that blonde hair is beautiful, like, and that being elevated above other kinds of beauty is actually disrespectful to God's creation, because God made us all different. You know, I do think that there's beautiful things and there's ugly things. I think that those are universally true, but they are not race specific. You know, I think beauty looks like symmetry, it looks like harmony, but there's no color that embodies that, right? And that's why so many like white women will like get away with like being extremely mid but still being like upheld. You see this in like dating shows sometimes, or like even movies, where like, I don't know, in my opinion, it's like a very like average person, like not saying they're ugly, but like because they're white, they're like being lifted up, and I'm like, it's not adding up. Or like other kinds of beauties are just like put down, and again, it creates all these like insecurities in people, where there's like good hair, and it's like, as a hairstylist, I always try to affirm my clients. Like, for example, I had this one girl come in, young girl, and she wanted to silk press, but her hair was extremely damaged, and I was trying to be really careful with my language. I was like, your hair is damaged. Your hair is good though. Your hair is good. Your hair is beautiful. Your hair is amazing, but it's damaged and it needs more love. Your hair is not inherently wrong. It's not your texture. Your texture is not the problem. It's just been damaged because of X, Y, and Z specific reasons. But if you took better care of your hair and showed it more love, it'll actually be more healthy. But your hair itself is not the problem, right? I was trying to be really careful because I did want to kind of correct her and be like, hey, there's something wrong here, but it's not who God made you to be. Like, God did not make a mistake. You've just been neglecting your hair, you know? And those are two completely different things that in a white supremacist view sometimes gets conflated, or there's no delineation. I find so many people beautiful. Obviously white women are very beautiful, but so are black women and Asian women and Indian women, like so beautiful. And yeah, when you paint everybody with like a broad stroke and you just say all these people are beautiful and all these people are ugly, it's like, it's just not even fair. It's just sometimes y'all are just lying. Another thing we're gonna talk about is profiling. This actually bounces off the last point, that profiling is a lie that hurts even white people. So making people of color the face of violence because of falsely defined terms or laws that you justify evil because it suits your agenda, right? And then you can villainize other people because it suits your agenda. So that hurts white people because it makes you more lenient on white crime. We've seen this so many times where there's a white shooter with a gun, like someone like actively committing terrible crime, even against white people, gets like a less harsh treatment. You know, like I think I was like Dylan or one of those school shooters had just shot up a school and like killed a bunch of people, and they took him to like get drive-through. I'm like, are you actually kidding me? Like, this is a dangerous person that you're treating casually. Like, are you actually joking? But if it was a black person, like, I just promise they would not take him to the drive-thru. You know what I mean? And it's just like irresponsible behavior. And it's the reason so many white people are like serial killers and school shooters, and they get away with so much stuff that directly hurts white people. Because at the end of the day, most people commit crime against their own people, right? White on white crime, black on black crime, Asian on Asian, like we hurt ourselves. So when you're not looking for white criminals, you're hurting white people. People create laws to, like, for example, a lot of black people smoke weed, making weed have a harsher sentence than like coke, even though they're both really bad drugs. But because black people use this drug, they're getting harsher sentences. Doesn't make the world a better place. It just doesn't. God isn't judging us in those ways. God is judging us for who we are and what we're doing. And a lie is a lie, and it hurts everybody, especially those that believe it. And that's why I want to make this video, because I'm making this video with I'm trying to have the benefit of the doubt, because I think sometimes people think like, oh, well, white supremacy, I'm white, we up. But like, if that's not true, then it's a lie. If you cheat on every test and you're getting the highest mark, it doesn't mean you're the smartest person in the room. It actually puts you at a disadvantage because you genuinely believe that you're the smartest person. Maybe you're not studying as hard. And then the next person studying harder, you find yourself in a position you can't cheat, and then you lose, and you're genuinely surprised. But it's like, yeah, you've been cheating. I feel like that's why we have so many racist people today, because they don't understand the history. They believed the lie of white supremacy, and they're falling behind, and they're like angry, and they're confused. And it's like, yeah, you built your entire life on a lie. Oh, you see an immigrant come in and they're doing better than you. And it's because, yeah, like, I just went to Nigeria. Bro, the whole system there is like so messed up. And yeah, it's messed up for different reasons, same reasons actually. But you come here and you work hard and you succeed, and it offends people. But it's like, hey, we're just working hard. Like, there's so much more to it. And the thing is, I don't even want to be like a history channel that's like coming through like so many stats and so much statistics, because I really just want to like open the door to knowledge, that there's so much knowledge, there's so many books, there's so many resources that you can find about examples of these things happening. I'll try to link them below, because it's very fascinating stuff, honestly. But the truth will set you free. And I love you guys. I love my enemies. Even if you hate blacks, me love you.